we doing today? So hope you're having a good conference so far. My name is Sri Prasanna. I'm a program manager in the Microsoft 365 core team, and I specifically work in the REST API framework, into which the Outlook APIs, which you will hear a lot about in this talk, are plugged into. And I'm co-presenting the session with Tony.
Hi, good morning. My name is Tony Pohl. I'm an IT consultant. I'm from Vienna in Austria, and my focus is on Office 365 and Azure development. So this is a session for developers. We're glad you found our room here at the end of the hall, and we hope we can inform you with a lot of new things coming into Graph.
Okay, before we begin, can we know how many developers are in the room today?
Just some.
A few?
Thank you.
Okay. How about IT admins? Okay, a lot more of you. How many of you are familiar with EWS? Okay.
A lot.
Yeah, a lot. And how many of you already visited the Microsoft Graph booth or have played around with Graph Explorer?
Just some hands.
Just a few hands? Okay. All right, thank you. This gives us an idea of our audience for today. So here's what we're going to talk about. First, I will show you what Outlook capabilities exist in Microsoft Graph already and have been there since its inception 3 years ago. Then I will walk you through what new functionality has been launched in that space and what are the upcoming ones that are going to get lined up and come in the near future. And you will see these capabilities will cater to both our developer as well as our IT admin audience. And then Tony will walk you through with real-world customer scenarios on how to modernize the existing EWS-based legacy applications to integrating with Outlook APIs in Graph. And then finally, I will talk about a few best practices that you can use when you're modernizing your applications using Graph. So with that, let's jump right in. Now, we did see a few folks who are not familiar with Microsoft Graph. So for those of you, here's a quick overview. Microsoft Graph is the gateway to M365 and the Microsoft Cloud. So through Graph, your applications and services will be able to access the data of millions of users and the intelligence that the underlying Microsoft services are exposing via Graph. So some of the services that have their APIs exposed through Graph are all of them in the Outlook 365 stack, such as Exchange, Outlook, OneDrive, SharePoint, Microsoft Teams, Windows APIs like the Activities APIs, Devices APIs, Azure Active Directory APIs, and so on. So with the plethora of such services exposing their APIs through Graph, it provides a unified programmability model in order to access these APIs. And what does that mean to you? It means that Graph makes it super easy for you to be able to build productivity applications for your organization and users. And in a little bit, you will see how to do that in Tony's demo. Now, with that introduction to Graph, here are some of the major Outlook capabilities that are already available in Graph today. Now, for our developer audience, these capabilities will enable you to build experiences that makes your users and customers more productive. For example, you can build experiences or applications that may, say, scan your user's calendar and be able to suggest times for their next team meeting. You can build analytical type applications that, say, will subscribe to changes in your user's calendar and may alert them if you're spending more time in meetings, which we all do, and also be able to suggest which meetings they'll be able to skip or delegate based on how relevant the attendees are to them. So these are just a few examples for our developer audience. Now, for IT admins, Graph allows admins to be able to define policies to better manage their organization as well as their user mailboxes. So at various granularities, such as the org level or at the tenant level, they'll be able to set policies. So you can see that these capabilities cater to both of our audiences. Now, here are some of the Outlook capabilities that were launched recently in the last 3 to 6 months. And to call out one of the most requested one, it's immutable ID. So if you've used Outlook, you may have noticed that when an Outlook item is moved between folders within a mailbox, the ID changes. Now, that's problematic for applications that are based off of email integration, such as bug tracking systems, CRM systems, backup applications that does archival copies of emails. For them, this is problematic. The ID is changing. So what they do is they come up with their own tags, which they stamp the item with, and use those tags in order to track the items as they move within the mailbox. So we're solving that problem, and now we're supporting immutable IDs, which, as its name suggests, will not change when moving across folders within the same mailbox. Immutable ID will be available shortly in Graph Beta for preview, and it will be behind a prefer header for now. But in the long term, we are planning to make sure that Outlook items by default return immutable IDs. Now, these are some of the upcoming features, and that's the roadmap of the capabilities that we're currently working on, and that's in the pipeline to come shortly. And as you can see, when customers request us for new capabilities in Outlook, we invest heavily in meeting their needs and making it happen. So all of our investment, our momentum, there's a lot of momentum in adding these capabilities in Graph. So this is one of the compelling reasons for you to consider moving to Graph, because all the innovation for Outlook capabilities is happening here. Now, so those were some of the developer-facing features in Outlook. Now, for admins, like I mentioned a little earlier, yes?
Is there any difference in the throttling that you do when you're using EBS and going to Graph?
So I will be covering throttling updates in a little bit. So yes. Other questions? OK, so some of our admin-facing features, we are now allowing admins to be able to define policies that apply only to a certain set of mailboxes. As you may be aware, enterprises are very reluctant to support app-only access because it allows the application to be able to access all the mailboxes in the organization. So what we've done is we've added this functionality where app-only access can be scoped only to a set of user mailboxes, and thus making it more secure and more manageable. So we're making a lot of investment in enabling admins to secure their organization as well as their user data better. With that, over to you, Tony.
Thank you, Sri. So, attention. I want to show you how you can work with Microsoft Graph in some real-world scenarios and how to start with that technology. So for that, let's end our demo here and use, if my mouse works, use a browser and go to the starting point, which is akms/graph if you want to go to the documentation, or if you want to go to the playground to the Graph Explorer, simply use akms/ge for Graph Explorer. So I do that in here. And you get this wonderful tool here. It's a website. And let's decrease this a little bit here. And you mentioned here on the left side, I can test it with my own Microsoft tenant. So let's do that. But it seems my browser will not get smaller, so sorry for that. OK, so let's sign in with Microsoft here. And I'm using an alternate identity. So there seems to be a problem with the resolution here. So I'm using my alter ego. That's Christy Klein. And sorry for that, guys. I think I need to end that guy here, that magnifier. So I hope it's better now to see. So I'm logged into the Graph Explorer, and you can see I can try my REST calls against the Graph API here. So this is what we have here. We see this is the endpoint. It's a unified endpoint graph, Microsoft.com. I'm logged in, so I can run that query. And what I get back here is, now let's try it again with the Zoom. So this is what I get back. So I'm already authenticated. I get back the user object and all the properties of that user. This is the way how you can access that data. And the interesting part here is, so let's remove that. That's an OData interface. So you can say, okay, there are so many properties here. I'm just interested in, let's say, the display name and the about me property. So let's do that. And you can see I reduce the result here. And let's use the magnifier again. And it just gets these two informations here. So I think I have a typo here, so display name and about me. You can see I get these two properties. And that's my recommendation for any program, any you develop. Really try to reduce the traffic. Try really to filter just for the information you really need for working with. Okay, and the interesting part here is, let's go again to our query. You can add another parameter that's called what if. So let's do that. And then you get information which APIs are called in the background. So you see I get a result here so that you can read it. I simply take it and paste it here into my notepad. What I did right now, I ask, okay, where's this data coming from? And can see there have been two requests. The first request said, oh, okay, the application wants to get the display name. I deliver it from that endpoint. You can see that's the graph endpoint. And it translates the tenant ID and the user ID. And the second request here is, okay, it's the about me method. Where do we get that data? Well, that comes from the SharePoint user profile. So it really gives you an impression how easy it is to ask for questions with the graph and don't care about any APIs in the background. So that's really one of the benefits here. Okay, so what else can I do in here? Just want to show you two more samples, so I don't need the getting started section here. I'm interested in Outlook Mail and Outlook Calendar, so I get samples here on the left side. For example, I can ask for, give me all the emails with high importance. So this is what I get back here, and I'm already logged in as Christy. You can see there's this one message. It's a sales report for administrators. And if I look at the Graph Explorer, that's exactly what I get here. It's this one message here. If I scroll down a little bit, somewhere there should be the subject. It's in here, it's a sales report. So you can query your data very easily with Graph. And you can also, again, I filter it a little bit and say, okay, I'm just interested in, to make it a little bit better readable in the subject, and let's say the ID of that message. And then I get back just the result, this email message. You can filter, you can query. If you're interested in all the emails, how does it work with a lot of data? So I simply say, I'm interested in all the messages of that user here. In that case, it's me. And again, to make it a little bit better readable, select for the ID and the subject. It's a little bit slow, my typing here. I already typed it, so here we go. And of course, I need a query parameter. So here you can see I get some email messages of that user object, and it's a good idea, again, to filter that. It's an OData interface. Say, I'm just interested in the top two, in the first two email messages of that user, so I get back a result here. And how do I get to the next page? How do I get the following data? Well, then you can see here in the result, there's the OData next link. And say, if you're interested in the next page, simply use that link here. So I simply copy that and paste it in here and run it. So press enter. Then you see, okay, the next data is graph meeting and project Bravo meeting. Again, if I want to go to the next page, skip 25. So I simply say, next page, next two items, please. Do the same again, and I get next email messages. So this is how it works here with getting data from the graph. If you're interested in, let's say, calendar entries, and this is what my demo that will follow is about, let's check the events for, let's say, next week here. And then you can see, okay, this is the the query we are executing, calendar view, start with that date and time, and then I get back some calendar entry that's saying modernize your applications. So let's go to the calendar, and then you can see, okay, this is this one calendar entry I have here. Of course, you can also modify the data. So for example, we can say, I'm interested in just this specific event here. So I simply copy the ID here and say, I want to work with that item. I want to maybe modify it. So go to events and add that ID. I'm interested in this specific calendar entry. And we will see that we now have this one entry in our hand, and now we can start working with that. So for example, I can go in here and there's the subject, and I think there's the end date somewhere, which is here, so copy that guy here. And we want to do a modify operation against that entry, going back here to the calendar. You can see this entry here is today, and it lasts for 1 hour. So let's go to the Graph Explorer and say, okay, I want to change that. It shall last for, let's add simply 2 more hours. So it goes to 10 p.m. And I want to change the subject as well. And this must be a JSON syntax for the REST endpoint. So let's do that. And also add the subject, which is the key value pair here. And I want to use the same subject, which is here. So just have to find it, modernize your apps. And change that with graph, something like this. So I'm almost done, but I need to do a patch operation in that case. It's an HTTP patch operation. And if I run this, and if the syntax is correctly with the last comma here, so I send over 2 items. So let's do that and run the query. We should get back, if I didn't make any mistake, a success code 200. And if I look at the calendar entry, sooner or later, this should be adapt modified. Did I change it here to, yeah, I did it. So let's check it out when going to edit. Yeah, modernize your apps with graph. The calendar didn't update it, obviously, but you can see now that it goes for 3 hours. Let's go back. So now it's updated here in the calendar. So this is how you can work with such items here via the REST interface. If you want to delete it, simply do a delete operation. You know, don't need any body for that, and run the query, and this calendar entry will be removed. So this also will happen in a moment. So go back to the week. So this will be deleted in some seconds or so. So that's a matter of updating here the calendar of that user. On the other side, this here will be gone. So I think now it's gone. So this is how you can work when you work with any programming language against the REST interface. So this is the basic functionality. I want to point out why to use the Microsoft Graph interface here. So let's go back to our slides for a moment. And we have created this one slide. If you're already using Exchange Web Services, there are some things to be aware of. The first thing is, for working with Exchange Web Services, you usually are using a username and a password for authenticating. You have access to Exchange only, and the thing is, from Microsoft side, there are no new investments into that interface. So the recommendation here really is to use Microsoft Graph. What are the benefits? Why should you do that? Well, there are some reasons for that. My top 2 highlights are, first of all, Microsoft Graph is secure by default. It's using modern authentication, which is a very important part. You have central management for all of your applications. I will show you that in a moment. And it's a unified gateway. If you are a developer, you just have to learn how to authenticate against Microsoft Graph as a user or as an application, and then you have the gateway to all the services that are available in the Office 365 stack, and that's a lot. So that's really one of the key benefits for me. I also want to mention we have a lot of SDKs for the Microsoft Graph, so you can use the REST endpoint as we've seen in the Graph Explorer demo. In my following demo, will show you how to use the SDK. It's very easy to do that. Okay, with that, I also want to point out that there's some need for action if you're using Exchange WS, so EWS. First of all, the Outlook REST APIs, they will change with their authentication system. It will no longer be possible to use basic authentication, so username and password, you have to change that to a modern authentication using OAuth. And the second thing is it's also valid for the Exchange Web Services. So both of these APIs are more or less, well, let's say outdated in near future. So there's really some call to action for that. That's very important. We have blog articles at the end in the links section where you can check out details about that and how you can change your existing applications. But this is what I want to show you now in this demo. Another thing, if you're using Exchange Web Services, what's currently in preview is listed here on this slide, and what's coming in the next 9 months in the Microsoft Graph. And there are also some topics that are currently in the backlog. This means if customers who are requesting, for example, access to public folders or so via Graph, so that's Microsoft is aware of that, but there are some things that are, of course, prioritized. So the team is working very hard to add more and more features, especially in the Exchange service. So this slide gives an overview what's currently available in the preview, what's coming in the next months, and what's in the backlog. Okay, with that, I want to show you if you have an existing application, how can you modernize it? That's the title of our session here, and I want to clarify. The session abstract says we will show you a responsive application, how to use the Microsoft Graph with that. In reality, we are doing something different. We are showing you a legacy application and show how you can modernize that, because we found out many of our customers are still using Exchange Web Services, and sometimes it happens that they are lost. They say, okay, well, I have so much functionality in the Exchange Web Services, I don't know where to start with Microsoft Graph. And this is what I want to show you here. So we have one of our customers located in Vienna in Austria. It's the Archdiocese. They are having a tool that's called a class management system. And the project was, we have a system that sends data via email, which class is booked on which date. They send it as an email to the resource mailbox of that room, and then they wanted to visualize that. And we did a very small application. It was back in 2013, so 5 years ago. At that time, we used Exchange WS for doing that, for having that functionality. And it's a .NET console application. And I will show you what the functionality of that. So we have an external system which sends the data. Okay, we have a class, we have a seminar on a specific date in a specific room. It sends that as an email to a resource mailbox. Then there comes our application. It's a console application using EWS, and it creates calendar entries. And these calendar entries then are visualized with another tool, which is not part of our project here. But I want to show you how we solved that and how to modernize that. So with that, let's go to our Visual Studio here. The mouse is a little bit slow, but let's see. So this is the application. These two samples I will show you are available on GitHub. So if you're interested in that, you can check it out later. Just want to point out it's a console application. What does it do? So we have a username and a password, and that's stored in the application config. So I'm sorry. Let's see if my mouse works a little bit better here. So this is the user I used for authenticating and the encrypted password. So we are reading that data, and which happens here in these lines. So the username, password. We connect with Exchange WS to Exchange Online, and then we run through all the mailboxes that are stored in here, which is currently this one mailbox. It's called Conference Room Adam. And we have three methods in here. So the first one to simulate our application is send email. So let's go in there. And, oh, sorry, whoop. Let's open that. And here you can see the code. So we are using a loop and say, okay, we want to generate 3 emails. So this is what the application does. So let's run it first and check it out. Here's Conference Room Adams. There are no emails, and there are no calendar entries for today. So run this application. It authenticates via the user and the password. And what we should see now, that there are emails that are being generated in that mailbox, in that resource mailbox. I simply used a randomizer to create ID something workshop. Okay, the application did run, so here we have our data that's coming from the external system. And the data, how does it look like? Well, we have in the very simple syntax. It's not maybe optimal, but it says, okay, this workshop here with ID 57 starts at that time, ends at that time. So this is it. Okay, so the second thing what this application here does, it reads all the emails of the mailboxes and transforms them to a calendar entry. So if we check it out, we run that, connect to Exchange Online, and you will see that these emails now are looped through and will be deleted. And out of that email, so we are generating calendar entries for that. So this is now the conference room Adam. So that's the first email creating ID 57, and the other two will follow in the next seconds. You can see they are deleted here. And if I check out the calendar, you can see there are 2 and soon 3 calendar entries. So this is the functionality of the application. And it's a console application. So this means this usually runs on a scheduled task on a Windows machine somewhere. So how can you modernize such a system if you have such a legacy application? So let's stop that. And we no longer need to consume memory for that. Go to our second Visual Studio. So that one. So this is the same application. I just did copy it and want to show you how to modernize it for using with Graph. So first of all, I go to the NuGet packages. So what's in this .NET application? And you will see in a moment, okay, there's the Exchange Web Service NuGet package. I will uninstall that. And I've installed 2 more, which is the Microsoft Graph and the Microsoft Identity Model Active Directory. So these are the 2 NuGet packages you need for working against the Graph with the SDK. So uninstall the Exchange Web Services. We no longer need that. Okay, with that, let's close that. Go to our program. Of course, our dependency here is no longer valid, and I will get a lot of errors because I no longer have the Exchange Web Services consumed in here. I also want to get rid here a little bit of that part. And also, let's say all the methods I've used here for accessing Exchange, simply remove that. Okay, so the first part here, how do I get access to the Microsoft Graph? Well, we are running as an application, not as a user. We don't ask the user interactively for a password and a username. So how can we do that? So let's go to our application config and remove our user data. We no longer need that, but we need to get an application. How do we get this? Well, we have various methods for doing that. You need to go to the Azure Active Directory. And in Yina's session, they also pointed out this will be reloaded, so a little bit modernized, because there are currently 2 portals where I can create an application. So this will be soon will be 1. You go to the applications here, app registrations. I already created the application in here as an administrator. So it's called Seminar Calendar Tool. And if I look at the properties of that, I get an application ID, which is FD46 something. And if I go to the settings of this application, which is registered in the Active Directory and living there, first of all, we have a key in here, which is saying, okay, this is the key, more or less the password for the application, which takes a moment to load here. So here it is. It's called secret. It's hidden. You just see it when you generate it, and you can see it's valid just for a specific time frame. I made it, it expires in 1 year, so I created it on the 13th of September. And the important part here are the required permissions. And you can see there are currently 2 providers here. I may log into the Azure Active Directory, and I've added the Microsoft Graph because I want to point out what functionality do I really need. And this is also a recommendation, just give the application minimum permissions. So what kind of application permissions, because it's running unattended, so it's running as application, do I need here? And you can see I just said I need to read and write mail in all mailboxes. I need to access to the directory data and to the calendar in the mailboxes. That's it. So this is what the application is allowed to do. And you as an IT administrator can define what this application, what kind of functionality this application is allowed to have in your tenant. So I've used this data. So again, this FD46 something. Let's go back to our solution. And I've prepared that. So this is what we are using here. We are using that application ID here. So, that one. This is the secret that was generated. And I need to inform my application, is it a multi-tenant application or is it just for this specific tenant? In my case, it's just for my organization, so I added the tenant ID. And because I want to generate emails, I also need to add the sender for that. Okay, so we're almost done. So the important part here is now let's go. I want to use the graph service within my application. So let's import that. So graph service client, it's coming from the NuGet package. Great, so we have a new main here, and the main is more or less the same. I'm instantiating the graph client here, and I say I want to send emails first. And you can see this is asynchronously. So it says await send email. I want to do the same thing what I've done in the Exchange W application here. So now there comes the magic moment where I add a new class here and say this is my graph client. So what do I need to access the graph? Because we currently have just the NuGet packages, and that's it. So the important part here is go to the graph client. So import some of the packages we are needing here. The important part is the authentication, which is exactly happening here. So what's happening? We need to authenticate. We say, okay, who is our authority? We will step through that. Here we are passing the app ID and the secret we have stored in the application, and then we simply connect and get a token and send that token for each graph request here as a bearer in the header. So this is more or less how you can consume it as a developer. It's very easy. You don't need to do the process yourself. Simply use the SDK, what I did in here. And then you see some other methods here. It's more or less the same what we had before. So here's a send email async. How can I send an email? Well, as a graph client, I'm already authenticated for a specific user form, a conference room. Adam, please send an email with that message. So you can see how simple it is to consume it with the SDK. So let's go back to our program. So import some more libraries here. And the only thing that's missing right now is how to send an email. Well, that's what the application really does. So it's in here. So again, I do a loop here for 3 times. I also need to import the threading and another system collection for the recipients, and that's it. So, but that has nothing to do with the graph. What I do here, I generate an email message. I simply then say graph service, send email, which is this one line of code we just saw. Okay, so actually I want to start that application. So let me save everything here. Try to compile it, and you will see there will be an error, which is saying, okay, I'm using async methods. I'm in a console application, so I also need to change that here. So let's do that. So change the static void against my async void. Okay, so do the same again, compile it. And you will see there's another error here, which is saying, okay, the program does not contain a static main, but I just changed it to async. So what do I do now? Well, starting with C# 7.1, we can use static methods in console applications as well. So go to the program, to the properties, and go to the build process and simply change the programming language. You can do it here in the advanced section and change it not to the latest major version, but I change it to C# 7.1. And if I'm lucky enough, I should now be able to compile it. Okay, it worked. So this is how I rebuilt more or less the application. You can see it's the same structure. I'm using also a graph service to authenticate, in that case, against the Microsoft Graph. So simply run through that. Let's go to our mailbox here. And technically, or theoretically, more or less, this application should do the same what we've seen before, loop through all the mailboxes, and currently we are creating emails here. So they should show up once they are generated with our new application. And again, the thing here is I just want to point out that we have a lot of customers who have a lot of legacy applications. You can see how to modernize your application with the graph service. So it should work. Oh, sorry, I have a breakpoint here, my fault. So let's continue. Simply want to run that application. And then you can see the emails are generated here. And let's do the last thing what our application does here. We not only want to send emails, we want to process them. We want to do something with that. So get emails, it's not implemented here. So let me add that code here as well, which is more or less the same code with some methods to loop through the emails. And if I look in here, so the emails should disappear. My calendar currently has these 4 items here. So the emails are now deleted. You can see it here in the background what the console application did. And now I have generated appointments out of these emails. So this is a very simple scenario, but it's useful for our customer because he's dependent on that, so that people who are coming to the class see, okay, it's in this room, it's visualized there, so it's an important part of the whole process there. Okay, so with that, let's go to our, did I forget something?
Time.
The time, yeah. I always forget about the time. Sorry. I want to do one more thing. I want to point out how to modernize such an application in the second step. So if you would do it today, you would maybe not create a console application. You would do something differently. So you could use the same application. Oh, yeah, there's a question.
Does the SDK contain full models of the messages and contact?
Yeah. So the question was, does the SDK contain full models of the objects you're working with? The answer is yes. So you can upgrade your application here. For example, for running in Azure Functions. So today I would maybe simply do the same application and run it in Azure. And you can simply do that as with 2 methods. You could say, okay, I want to run it on a daily task or all 5 minutes or something like this. Or, and Sri will talk about that as well, you could use webhooks to say, okay, when a new email comes to that mailbox, I want to get notified with my endpoint, which is living as an Azure function, for example. You could also add a proxy for that, for example, to make it pretty. Then my code runs and processes the data that comes in, which would be the optimum from my perspective. If you would do it as an Azure function, it's very simple. Simply create a new application here. As an Azure function, you just need to add this to your Visual Studio. And this is how it would look like. And the message here is you could use the same code, just with another header to say, okay, I want this application to run all 5 minutes. You can see it here in the line, showing this here. Okay, my last part here. When modernizing your applications, you have often the scenario that large customers need to control them. And with application management in Azure Active Directory, you can do so. So compared to username password, which is definitely not the best way to use for applications, a better way and much more control is available with the Azure Active Directory. And for example, you have things like conditional access. You can simply control who has access, from where do people have access. You can use scoping, you can use MDM, so a lot of functionality, and you are really in control of the applications you are using. With that demo, I hand over to Sri.
Thank you. Okay, so you saw how Tony used one of his customers' legacy application and migrated to, or modernized it to using Outlook APIs in Graph. Now, when you are ready to do that, here are some of the best practices that you can remember for when you start doing it for your applications. So first and foremost, it is for our IT admins. We request that you disable basic auth for all of your Outlook protocols. As Tony pointed out, basic auth requires you to provide the username and password in your applications. And so by disabling it, you will protect your organization from brute force or password spray type attacks. And check with your application developers who are whose applications you're deploying in your organization, and make sure that they are integrating it with Graph so that you know that these applications support modern auth. So as Tony mentioned, modern auth is based off of OAuth 2.0 and ADAL, and it enables security features such as multi-factor authentication, certificate-based authentication, and so on. So that's our #1 recommendation for you IT administrators. For our developers, when you are modernizing your application, here are a few things that you could do to optimize integration. So first and foremost is throttling. So when your application is hitting the throttling limits and you're getting 4 to 9s, then please honor the delay that is presented in the retry after header in the 429 that you get. And this is the fastest way for your application to get out of this throttling situation. So in the next slide, I will share with you the throttling updates that we're working on for Outlook APIs in Graph. So the next thing, again, Tony touched upon this in his demo with Graph Explorer. Use targeted queries by using query parameters like top, select, and filter so that you are getting only the data that your application needs to get in order to satisfy that scenario. So the second thing is, again, like Tony mentioned, if your application needs to get changes to the data, to your data that's underlying, then use webhooks and subscribe to notifications so that you are informed of changes instead of, say, using polling. And similarly, if your application needs to cache data or store it locally, then use Delta queries in order to keep that data in sync, and that's the most efficient way of keeping your data in sync. So the other key last but not the least thing is ensure that your application uses minimum scope, just the set of permissions and scopes that is needed for your application to work for that scenario. So for example, if your application is one that scans the user's calendar and it creates events and such, then you don't need the application to have mail permissions and have access to mail data. So this way, you keep the data of your users and the organization secure. So here's the throttling updates that I promised. So the current version of throttling that we have for Outlook APIs, this we call it version 2, and it is based off of what is called request rate limit. So it allows up to 10,000 requests per 10 minutes. And although it's a very simple model, there is room for improvement. So for example, it does not take into account the cost of a request. It doesn't reflect the amount of work that the service does in order to process this request. So that's one thing that could be improved. The second is we heard from our users that they're hitting error too many objects open exception, which means the number of connections possible to a mailbox has been used up by some application, and so this app is not able to get a connection with the mailbox. So with throttling v3, we are addressing these. So for the first one, we're now moving to a request cost-based rate limit. And so you will be seeing a table which lists the cost of different type of operations, such as gets, patch, posts, and deletes. So developers will be able to plan how their application will work with the given budget, and also be able to plan how they will manage the load that the application generates on our service. And then we're also introducing the concurrency limit, which limits the number of concurrent connection an application can make to a user mailbox. And the third limit that we're adding is how much data the application is able to upload to our service. And this would be on a per user, per app, per resource basis. So again, key recommendation is please honor the retry after delay that comes in the 429s when your application hits the throttling limit. Then use the rate limit and the costs that we are going to publish for the applications in order to inform your app design. So keep this in mind as you design your applications. And also plan how your app is going to generate load so that there's no throttling surprises that you will encounter. So with that, we are towards the end.
Perfect timing.
Yeah, perfect timing. So the key takeaways. Number one is please disable basic auth for your Outlook protocols. Integrate with Outlook APIs in Graph for modernizing your legacy applications. And finally, please use the SDK, which comes in with the best practices and all the other best practices we just went through. Here are some of the useful resources that you can check out later on, which is related to Graph. And finally, we put together a list of related sessions that you might find useful or interesting and that are happening throughout this week. And please give us feedback.
Yeah, sure.
And do give us feedback and let us know how the session went and what things we could include in the future. Also, if you see some of the capabilities that you would like to, us to consider or work on, please give us feedback. The link to how you can do that is in the resources slide. With that, thank you.
Thank you.